why I think it's stupid is that he can't control multiple people. So there was a scene where there's like four people against him, and he's only controlling one person. And that whole time I'm just thinking, why can't the other two people just attack Cypher? Like I just don't get it. They're just standing there the whole time, like, oh, he's possessed. What? Gen V season two. As you know, guys, it seems like this season has been probably the worst season of the boys series so far, if I could say.
Definitely.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
man, it's just a lot
Yeah.
of things are gone wrong here. So we're gonna get into it and explain why Gen V season two failed.
You know what? I'm not
we
gonna
feel like
lie.
was the problem.
I think this was the best season.
For
See, stop trolling us.
No, it's good that like nothing made sense anymore, and then they just kind of erased a whole bunch of plot lines and then did whatever they wanted to do.
For sure, for sure. But let's go even deeper in that. Like, what plot line do you feel like they were erasing? Like
Well, I mean, it seems like a lot of our shared criticisms of this season comes down to the way that the way that the writing went, essentially. I think that at the beginning of this season, the biggest issue that I had was how easy it was for them to end up going back to Gaudiu to school. Basically, it was just like they made it such a significant move in the finale of season one that the kids could no longer be at university. There was this whole like almost, what was it, this widespread mass killing situation, and then you have the core team imprisoned in this unknown location, and that was it. And like that was a great like cliffhanger to leave it off of. And then now with this new season, 2 episodes in, and we're already all the people are back in school, out of all things. It's like it didn't make sense. Not even 2 episodes. I think Emma and Jordan were back at school in the very first episode.
they were.
And so like, yeah, that on its own did not make sense to me, because it felt like, what was the point of the way that season 1 ended if we were just gonna end up right back here, and for no apparent reason? I don't know. That's just one
I
of
agree.
the things.
I think for me, I kind of forgot a good amount of season one. So when I entered season two, I was like, okay, I do feel like they could have played at the prison stuff more, but I understand
Yeah.
that there were some circumstances, but
Yeah.
now
and,
they're
like, I
they're
don't-
moving past that.
Mhm.
Yeah. And so I forgave it, but the more it kept going, the more I felt like everything just kept falling apart. Like every character was
Yep.
getting dumber and dumber.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
And
Oh
I don't
my
want
God,
to
we're-
ignore the elephant in the room of like Andre, the actor who played Andre, passing away in between season 1 and season 2, and them having to kind of write around the passing away of a character. I think, and also this kind of goes to a bigger point for me personally, but I feel like recasting is something that Hollywood needs to start doing again when these types of things happen. If they have a story that requires these characters, I don't think, the situations of the actors attached to those characters should be the driving force behind the story that is taking place.
When it comes to recasting, generally, I am not a big opponent, and I do kind of like the story element of kind of playing around with it. But in this case with Gen V, there could be a bunch of excuses why Andre looks different. They can make a thing like, oh, my powers is to shapeshift him, and now he looks like this kind of person or something like that. They could have played it off, and I think that would have actually add more to it than
Than just
them
getting
playing
rid
it,
of the character.
getting rid of the character or whatever, because it just felt like his death was just like, as much as they try to make it feel like it's significant, but it didn't really feel like it had much bearing. It just seemed like it's like, we know the character's dead in real life, so therefore we kind of had to mention, yeah, he's gone, and it was devastating, and this is how it changed everyone. But as far as writing getting dumb, to me it actually kind of started with episode, I want to say it's like episode 4, the one when they made them fight each other, right? The first time they're trying to fight each other, and they're trying to expose the villain is in that point is his name
Cipher.
trying to remember.
Cypher.
Cypher. That's was that the real name or is that the if I'm
That's
trying to-
the
Godolkin.
real.
Godolkin's
name.
his real name,
Godolkin
but
is.
he's named Cypher.
Yeah.
Cypher, right? And I'm just thinking to myself, even in this plan of like, oh, we're just gonna blackmail him. I'm just thinking to myself, like, dude, we live in a generation that has like AI videos and all that stuff. Like, even if you were to show people he has no powers in the video, people can just lie and say, oh, that's just them, deep faking me and stuff. So it was just like already their plan was just so dumb when I'm just thinking, like, oh my God, like this is just, are we seriously trying to do this? But
And
then it got
even in
worse
that
for me.
moment, it felt like Kat completely forgot about how she wasn't able to have any impact on him with her own powers, and like the way that he was able to control her. It just felt like all of that pre-story building was gone.
Yes. It's just it was all based off a hunch. It's like he must not have powers. So
Yeah.
that's why we're gonna go surprise him and blackmail him. And I'm just like, I get it, they're teenagers, but this just seemed like completely just dumb, like not even like thinking a little bit beyond. Like I feel like there's no way you could defend this stupidity if I'm gonna be real here.
That's
But-
that's like that's why every show or every story needs at least one decently intelligent character. Otherwise, it just gets stupid to watch,
Yeah, but I think what even made it worse for me was then the following episode when they got to the prison, because the prison to me, that whole thing, them escaping seemed like a big plot convenience. Like it's just like, oh, she just happens to find like a clip in her prison armor that can help her unlock the door, and then the excuse is like, oh, they really want them to escape. But then next episode, Siler's wondering how did they escape, and I'm just like, wait, this guy's a genius, and he's wondering how did they escape, and it's just like, what the fuck is going on? Like it's just like.
By the way, you
that-
said Siler. It makes me think of Heroes.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
But-
bad, Cypher, my bad, Siler. Which at least that show had better. The characters weren't written dumb, or at least, or more smarter if they were written dumb than the ones here. It just felt like everyone was just like, okay, let's just make it plot convenience for here, and then let's make it.
He had to have wanted to escape because he needed to see her heal her sister, right?
Yeah,
So
Which is fine.
that was a plot contrivance because like he didn't know she was gonna do that. So yeah,
but
that doesn't
for
make
him to
sense.
Yeah, for him to complain the next episode, that was the part that pissed me off because I'm just like, dude, I thought that was part of the plan. Like, it's just like, so what? It's just like all of a sudden, it's like, oh, I'm like, oh my god, it's just. But I think the biggest problem that everyone had has to be episode 7. I think episode 7 was the one that people really felt like, oh my god, like there was just so much like amount of stupidity that came in that
Yeah.
episode.
It was kind of like all of the stupidity combined landed, and now we see Marie and everyone else act like the dumbest they've ever acted in the entire series.
My biggest frustration in that episode, because I know Scott made a video dedicated to this episode, which was brilliant.
Yeah.
But one frustration I want to add on top of that video was like, so the way Cypher's power works, and they kind of showed it in that episode, and then they even admitted it in episode 8. So it kind of validates my why I think it's stupid is that he can't control multiple people. So there was a scene where there's like 4 people against him, and he's only controlling one person. And that whole time I'm just thinking, why can't the other 2 people just attack Cypher? Like, I just don't get it. They're just standing there the whole time, like, oh, he's possessed. And I'm like, what? Like, just go after
Yeah, I
him.
agree with you.
Oh,
I agree with you
man.
wholeheartedly. I didn't think of it that much at the time, but like now that you're saying it, it makes so much sense. And also, the fact that Marie, I really don't get this. Now that we've seen the whole thing, what I would say on top of what I said in my own video about episode 7 is why didn't Marie just try to stop him? With Polarity, with everyone else, if he can only control one person at a time and can't even control Marie, and he keeps saying how strong she is, why does that indicate go heal Godolkin? It just doesn't. There's no reason for that. There's no indication for that. It's like he's saying you're so strong. That might mean you can beat him. Like, if anything, it should tell her, yeah, fight back. Makes no sense.
I also didn't like the fact that they revealed that her sister had powers and her sister saw the vision of her family getting killed, but yet she blames Marie the whole time. So I'm just thinking to myself, like, if you could see the like, I don't know. I just feel like I get it. You can be traumatized by the fact that your sister killed your own family, but at the same time, it's like there should have been some level of a conversation about,
Yeah,
like, yo, I have visions, I have powers, I can see the future, all that stuff. Like, I don't know.
yeah. The way
It just
that
seemed kind of weird that she. Oh,
Yeah, the way
yeah,
that
continue.
like Pam, the Aunt Pam and her sister were all just like hating on Marie the entire time, it didn't make a lot of sense. Like I I I again, yeah, I understand like the trauma of like losing your parents in that way, but it really was, it didn't make sense because like especially I guess it would make sense if like you had Annabeth, that's the sister's name, right? Annabeth.
I believe so.
If she grew up and was like angry at her sister because of that, because like she was a kid when this happened and all of that, but then to also have the aunt who not only is aware of like her own history but is like also a fully functioning adult human being who's capable of like reasoning, for her to be like blaming this child over something that she had no control over absolutely made no sense. So
Yeah.
I feel like some people can act that way though, just to play devil's advocate. Like, it's just
yeah,
feelings.
but like why why I don't know, it didn't make sense to me watching this. I'm like, the way that everyone is hating on Marie, in like all of her family members are hating on her for this
Yeah,
situation, just didn't ring true
I
to
think
me.
it's oft as well, but they could have made it in a way where it's believable. Like, say, like,
Yeah, I
look,
agree.
I know that you didn't mean to do it, but a part of me still feels, sad and angry about it. Just like something like that.
Yeah, 100% agree with that. I agree with that. I also thought it was stupid where, and I guess when Cypher got to his original body, he sees those group of those kids walk. Like, he literally sees Marie right there, and he doesn't do anything to stop them or anything. He's just like, "Oh, I'm finally free," and whatever. And I get he's just being overconfident, but I'm just like, dude, like what? It's just, I don't know. It's just ridiculous. Like, it's, to me it's sad because it's like season 4 of The Boys, like, it was the weakest season in my eyes, and it wasn't like I knew there was problems with that season, but this season just made me appreciate season 4 more because it's like it's crazy how the I just hate when a show that's really good is starting to like digress. It's starting to like get dumber and dumber, and it's just like I don't know what it is, but it's just like I don't know what happened. Like, what happened with the writing staff? Was there not clear direction going on or something? But it's just like it just one thing I loved about The Boys and this kind of universe, that it one thing about it, it was very unpredictable, but this season itself felt very predictable. I felt like I could predict, oh, this was gonna happen. This person was secretly this person, all this other stuff. It just felt like, whoa, what happened here? That's the thing that I'm really just lost, and I'm kind of scared for even season 5 of The Boys, because if this is becoming like, if Gen V has the same kind of writing staff and this is what we're getting here, how much more season 5 of The Boys where the writing might be even more dumbed down? It's just, that's my biggest fear when it comes to this.
Yeah, that's a very valid fear, but I mean, I feel like the main writers are different, right? Usually.
I think the only thing I know is the creator. Obviously, Eric Kripke, he didn't really created this. I mean, he developed The Boys, but he didn't really create Gen V. So I think that's the only thing I know that's different. But I just feel like when we were like, if I remember season 1, it didn't feel too different between season 1 of Gen V and the Boy universe in terms of writing. Like, the writing seemed like it was perfect. Like, this is the kind of show, it fits everything, it hits everything that the Boys stood for, but it also was this unique thing. But here it was just like, I don't know what happened. It was just like, all right, we're just gonna make it completely just dumbed down. Everything, like, even the jokes felt like they were too like, okay, every joke we need to say dick, every joke we need to say, like, it felt, even the jokes felt simplistic, which I know the jokes are never meant to be that clever, but even then it felt like they were just being lazy. That's just what I felt.
Yeah, that's a very good question. I have no idea how to answer that. Someone needs to do some research. Maybe if you
Yeah,
guys know, let us know in the comments.
yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. Anybody
Anything else?
other thoughts? Yeah.
Yeah, no. One of the other things that I was disappointed with in this season, um, is I feel like while it took us a while to kind of get to the reveal of like Cypher being Godolkin, I do wish that they didn't kill him off so quickly, because as a
Mm,
character, he's a very interesting character. He, I think that there's a lot they could have done with him, and I was expecting like, just especially with we had the whole plot with what's her name, super smart girl.
Edge.
Yeah,
oh,
Sage. With
Sage.
Sage,
Yeah.
um and like the connection with her like scheming, and then Homelander, like her still dealing with Homelander, and then now you've got this other power figure who's being added to the
Mm,
mix with Godolkin. And so I was kind of interested to see just like how that would play out,
I
but
know.
unfortunately they got rid of him way too quickly. And so now, I mean, I suppose they could try to bring him back, but it's like now you're doing a whole fake out kill thing, and that's gonna be annoying, so it's like it didn't seem like a good choice to me.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna bring him back just because we also have Soldier Boy that's supposed to be in the mix as well.
Exactly,
So it's like
exactly.
that's too much screen time for superpower egotistical villains. But and we don't know what Sage is really planning because it seems like the fact that Sage was with Kadoken the whole time, there might be a scheme that she's gonna come in. Who knows? Maybe she's the real big bad. So it's like that
Oh
could be
man,
a whole that
I
could
don't.
be a whole
I'm not a Sage fan, to be honest. I
me either.
feel like this season made her seem kind of. I don't know. It's like she somehow predicted Marie would do the thing, but it was just because of bad writing that Marie did the thing, not because of any persuasion or little hints that she made happen. It's just literally like, oh yeah, Sage said that this would happen, but like,
Yeah,
how in the world did she know that? There's like nothing other than Stan Edgar saying, "Hey, Godolkin might be able to solve this. Might be able to solve this."
Mm,
It's crazy. It's just like she wouldn't have known that Stan Edgar would say that. It's
that's true.
it's just contrived as like so contrived.
yeah,
And then
that
like she
whole
was
scheme made no sense of getting Marie to,
Mm.
because they just had to act in like the stupidest way. Yeah, no, I don't know.
yeah, and then she was just like, oh yeah, so surprised at how Godolkin betrayed her or like was basically doing what he was doing. I'm like, aren't you
Mm.
supposed to be so smart that you can predict
Yeah.
that Marie would come over here based off of that? And like, for some reason, you couldn't predict that Godolkin would do this. I thought it was so stupid.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
man.
I'm not a
Yeah.
fan of
Yeah.
Sage.
Um, yeah, I think it's not. I think if Sage was in the hands of better writers, it would be different.
Mhm.
But hey, it is what it is. I don't know if there's any other um predictions or hopes for the future. I feel like um we have set up for the next season of The Boys through this, right?
Mhm.
So I mean, I'm hoping that it gets better. I honestly do feel like the novelty of The Boys is wearing a little thin. I feel like
Mhm.
the whole uh just the whole idea of like how this started out as a satire on superhero culture and what real superheroes would be like in the world. I feel like we've kind of gotten away from that, and it's kind of just
Mhm.
its own thing now. But now it's not necessarily living up to everything else that we have around in the superhero landscape, especially with this most recent season. But hey, I'm hoping that is it season 6 or season 5 of The Boys that's next?
Season 5.
Season 5
Season 5.
of The Boys. I'm hoping that season 5 um, gets back to just like solid, tight writing.
Hmm.
Better characters, and if they're gonna bring
Hmm.
in the characters from Gen V, I hope they do a good job.
100% I
Yeah.
agree. And apparently with Gen V, I heard there's going to be a season 3. So
Oh, really?
that's, yeah, which that's going to be interesting to see how that goes. It's probably obviously going to be the aftermath of season 5 of The Boys, but see, that's
Yeah.
another interesting aspect to it.
I
So
don't even know. I'm not gonna check it out unless people tell me it's good.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But all right, if you guys have any thoughts, or if you disagree with anything we've said, or if you agree with anything we've said, definitely let us know down in the comments, and we'll catch you guys later. Peace.
Nice.
Peace.